Horror, or should I say fright, is a natural emotion linked to human survival. And one of the things fright embeds into the body is adrenaline. And that's the whole reason why people like watching horror shows, horror movies. They're fiends! Adrenaline junkies, just itching to get their next fix. Now, I've never been a big horror person, not because I'm scared, not because I don't like seeing horror, but just because it never really interested me. But I was thinking it was time to expand my repertoire. So I want to watch horror. I love anime. Shit, let me watch some horror anime. Now, I've always stayed away from watching horror anime specifically for their horror aspects because I'm a firm believer that it is almost impossible for an anime to be scary, because it's really hard to see something in front of you with your own human eyes that's not real and still having that thing imbue real human fright. So every single time I've seen a good horror anime, it's been because it was a good anime, not because it was a good horror.
That's not ridiculous.
Now, of course, me being the curious person I am, I wanted to know, is horror anime actually not scary? Or I'm just a stupid monkey, I don't know what I'm talking about, and I need to shut up. So I set out on a journey to find one anime, one horror anime, that could free me of this curse of ignorance. Oh shit! And yeah, that curse is still active, because the show I ended up watching was Mirko-chan. And off the jump, I just want to say I was thoroughly impressed. This show is genuinely one of the shows of all time. So just let me go into detail. Miko-chan is your typical, everyday high school girl. She washes up, brushes her teeth, pause. There is absolutely nothing significant in this scene, but I just know perspective was messing them boys up. Because why are her hands so long? Yo, look at them! Why are her hands so large? An NFL team needs to sign this girl. She be straight mossing people with these big meaty claws. No, but seriously, she gets dressed and goes to school like everybody else. Now, Mirko-chan, or Miko-chan, which is her actual name, is a very quiet person. She doesn't really talk much and tries to isolate herself to her best ability. So naturally, she doesn't have many friends. In fact, she only has one friend. One friend I'ma talk about this character, y'all. Just let me build the story up a little bit, all right? But continuing, more and more time starts to pass through the day, and Miko starts to notice something. Something abnormal. Miko-chan, would you like to read for us? Because evenly dispersed throughout the day, she starts to notice more and more supernatural phenomenons. Initially, she thinks nothing of it, but then she begins to comprehend things are not as it seems. I ain't even gonna lie, these spicy quesadillas are blasting my gut. Huh?
Is somebody taking a shit in there? Before your presence is the spirit of the washroom.
Okay.
Anyone who dares step foot in the... Hey, you just gonna leave without washing your hands? In my domain? You nasty bitch! With the day coming to an end, Mirko says bye to her friend and is on her way to go home, but then she notices something. She lost her keychain she was telling her friend about earlier that day. So she decides to go back to school to go retrieve it. All right, hold up, we gotta pause. All right, off the jump, this is already unrealistic. Cause there's no way you're going back to school to go get this measly, cheap Dollar Tree keychain. Look at the sky, it's gotta be 7 or 8 o'clock already. And you're going back to school, you couldn't pay me to do that, no. When I was in school, my #1 goal was to leave school as fast as possible. I'm not going back to that bitch. Like, this would be understandable if you lost your phone. Anybody would go back for that. But for something as little as this, like, I'm sorry. When I was in school, we had the 30-minute rule. And what that was that if you failed to realize you lost something in the last 30 minutes, you best believe that shit is already stolen and plundered. There's no point in going back, that's already someone else's property. But I digress. So she goes back to school looking for her keychain. She enters back into the school, navigating her way through the dark hallways, up until she reaches her homeroom where she thinks she lost it. Where did I lose it? Now, the following events are crucial and elapse very fast. Pay close attention. She turns on the lights in the room. She locates her lost keychain, and then she retrieves her keychain. Hold on, did you miss that? Let's go back
But pay even more attention this time. She turns on the lights in the room. She sees the keychain. She reaches for her item. Then you show us the goodies. Oh yeah, cameraman, zoom in on that bitch. What, she 16?
Damn!
Yeah, this show is going band for band with High School DxD for absolutely no reason.
Gotcha, bitch!
Now we need to make a checklist just so we can clarify what is defined as scary.
Okay.
Unsettling objects, scenery, or videos are scary. Silence or strange sounds are scary. Rotund booty cheeks are not scary. In no universe has that ever been scary. Now tackling some booty cheeks, all right, now we're talking a different story. Now shit can get dicey. But no, we're just watching. I don't know what on earth compelled the mangaka or the anime studio to do this, because it's just completely counterproductive. Now, earlier in the video, I made a definition for horror, but it was kind of incorrect. Huh? Because to make a good horror film, movie, or piece of media, whatever, it doesn't actually have to be scary. The most important parts in horror are capturing the sense of mystery and a very good sense of tension. If you have those two, you don't actually have to be scary, because those two together naturally make something scary. And if it's still not scary, it's still entertaining. Now the problem with this is that if you show the audience lewd visuals, all the tension you've built up has been diminished. Like, y'all, just look at what happened at Silent Hill. There was one scene where they accidentally portrayed something that wasn't intended. And in that moment, instead of the audience being frightened or scared, people instead raced online to talk about how badly they wanted to crack the characters. This is why lewd and horror just does not mix. It's water and oil. Anyways, after that ordeal, she goes to her bus stop while it's raining to eventually go home. And in the meantime, she starts texting her friend. However, she will soon realize
that shit is no longer sweet.
Because while waiting at this bus stop, she sees her first ghost staring eye to eye. Now to solve this dilemma, Miko decides to reach into her extensive bag and pull out the classic Ayanokoji don't react, which works because the spirits don't know if she can see them, and the spirit goes away. And the days go on. Miko's talking to her friend and she sees another spirit. She gets scared. She does nothing. It goes away. She's in the bathroom. She sees a ghost. She gets scared. She does nothing. It goes away. She sees a ghost. She does nothing. It goes away. It goes away. It goes away. It goes away. And this shit happens. It goes away. It goes away. So much. The entire show.
Say you swear to God.
And you know, the process of going from scared to normal to scared, back and forth, but you know, it's whatever. Okay, it's whatever. If it was just her, it's not just her. Apparently, she has to worry about everyone else. Because one day, Miko and her friend are in class, but then she sees that the ghosts spawning all around her are not just going for her, but also everyone else. And of course, you know, that includes her friend. And to make sure her friend doesn't potentially die, she tries to save her. We gotta go. Oh man, that was close.
Girl, what the hell is your problem? You know we're about to take a test and I'm dang near about to fail. Oh my God, I don't even know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, so long story short, you're being haunted by the Diddy ghost.
Girl, what the fuck are you talking about? And what does that mean?
It means I gotta douse you in baby oil. Don't worry, it'll be fast.
I wish you... No means no. No means no.
Like, I'm sorry, but it's so hard to take this scary show seriously when they're shoving titties in my face every single second. But hold on, cause I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret, all right? This show is not surface level, all right? This show is deep and for intellectuals. If you don't think this show's deep, you're a tourist LARPing fraud. So y'all just let me cook, all right? I'm gonna show you why this is tough. So one day, Miko was getting ready to go to school, but her family wanted her to eat breakfast. She comes down and sees 4 people. Her little brother, her mom, her dad, and a big ass monster.
Hell no.
Now, like usual, Miko doesn't do or say anything, you know what I'm saying? Just like the goat. Nah, but she's going silent, no internal dialogue. We don't know what's going on in her mind. She says she doesn't want to eat and she just wants to go grab her pudding cup in the fridge. Some time passes. She slowly takes that pudding cup, goes over to the corner of the room, and pays tribute to her deceased father. Which, not to say too much, but is basically linked to why her father is even there in the first place. So this scene is really good because it uses a form of reverse dramatic irony, tricking the audience into thinking that Miko's scared of a ginormous thing and not her father. But guys, I'm not gonna lie. Man, fuck all that bullshit! I don't give a damn about your daddy. But yeah, fun time's over, buddy. No more glaze. Because everything I just said is irrelevant. Cause Miko is a dumbass. Huh? In the sense that it's like her brain runs on an RNG loot box system or some shit. Because she picks and chooses when she wants to use her brain cells. Like, for example, so Miko and her little brother were staying up late at night watching Dax music videos. You what? Oh, hell nah. Some pretty scary stuff, right? So naturally, Miko got up and tried to make an excuse to leave. I'm getting drinks. Want one? All right. Just don't give me some bullshit and we coolin', bruh. She goes outside. All right, what should I get? It is kind of cold. Miko analyzes the vending machine to decide what she wants. And after some searching, she decides she wants some warm red beans. Okay, now I don't care what anyone says. But if anybody is drinking hot beans out of a fucking soda can, you are a generational dragon level threat to all of society. And you are not a canon human being. You can't be trusted. You can't! After seeing this, I don't even feel bad for what's about to happen to her. Anyways, after Miko decides she wants her warm beans, she goes in with her change to complete the transaction. All I have to do is put it in. Oh my god. Her natural survival instincts kick in and make her drop her coin to save her from drinking that abomination. So she gets down to recover her money and she sees something. She sees a little ugly old man. After they make eye contact, Kevin Hart makes a run for it and takes a turn around the corner. All right, y'all, let's take a break and play a little game called What Will Mirko-chan Do? The rules are simple. You answer the question correctly, and you get a cookie from me. So here we go. What will she do? Will she A, stare at the corner in confusion on what just happened? B, go back to under the vending machine to retrieve the lost change, get her item, and go home? Or C, take her wallet and get out some new change, cause the floor is low-key dirty. Okay, did you answer? All right, well, you're wrong, idiot. Cause she's smoking dick. D. Because she picks up her change from underneath the vending machine, of course, and then she throws it around the corner so she can follow the Yo, I'm talking a little fast. Let me reiterate what I'm saying. Miko-chan unnecessarily goes outside, which at this point, she's been haunted for multiple days, maybe even weeks. So she knows the whole rundown. She knows the dangers. She goes to her desired vending machine and sees a spirit. And while knowing what she knows, she decides to follow said ghost around a corner to a dark alley at 2 o'clock in the morning. So guess what, y'all? She goes around the corner, and what do you know? She doesn't see a small naked old man. She sees a fat ass one. Now, after seeing this, Mirko well knows she's now in danger. Now, quickly, I'm gonna tell you, it's not a spoiler, but it's very important. Very early in the show, Miko's walking with her friend and she discovers that if the spirits don't see you or they don't know if you can see them, then you can just phase through them. So going back to this situation, cortisol levels should be in the basement. She already knows the method. All she has to do is say something like, oh, this alleyway sure is dark. That's only 500 yen anyways. And then turn around. And guess what? They can't do shit about it. But no, because she insists on using her get the coin method, in which she attempts to retrieve the coin so the spirit thinks that she can't see him, which seems all fine and dandy, but just doesn't make sense because it's so risky. And on top of that, she's scared out her mind. Like she's so scared, she's struggling to stay conscious, which leads me to believe this is less of a I need them to not recognize me thing, and more of she just really wants this coin. One coin. One coin. Bitch, you that broke? You go risk your life for 50 cents? What are you, Mordecai and Rigby? And like, after all that, a bird comes in and takes the coin anyways. She was doing all that for no reason. So she waddles her way back home, defeated like a dumbass. Yeah, no warm bean soup for you, dunderhead. I'm back. It's about time. What took you so long? No, I just got lost, you know. Cheers, whatever. You got my drink? Oh yeah, here you go. All right. Man, do Didn't I tell you not to give me some bullshit? It's like she's very well aware of the dangers that await her, but still somehow manages to shit her pants every single time. And y'all, when I'm saying she's shitting her pants, I don't mean she's getting frightened or slightly startled. No, I mean there are literal doo-doo stains in her drawers from being scared so often. Because one time, Miko and her brother were catching the train to go home.
Okay.
But y'all, you won't believe what they see. Guess what they see? But guys, hold on, let me chill, cause there was something different about this one. I can't explain it. He must have came up on a generator and goddamn asphalt sandwiches. Cause this one was excessively hungry. I don't know.
Hey! I ain't licked the soul all day, and there's too many of y'all in this damn train car for not one of y'all be able to hear me.
Nah, he's bluffing. No ghost has actually went out of their way to do something.
So this is what we gon' do. I'ma go one by one, taking everyone's head off regardless. I don't care if you 7, I don't care if you pregnant. When I say everyone, I mean everyone!
He said he's going into his own liberty and attacking everybody on the car to make sure nobody can see him. And of course, seeing this, Miko is scared and she needs to devise a plan to not die. And in her case, that plan was stalling.
So who's gonna be first? Oh man, your barber did you dirty. It's alright. I'll give you a controlled pushback. Ah, wasn't him. Who you looking at?
So over time, Miko realizes that way shit not gonna cut it, gang. So she makes a plan B to get up and pull I left something in the corner over there, move seats, and then, you know, make more time. Pretty good plan. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. Come on, think. Oh, I know. I'll just act like I forgot something in the corner. Yeah, surely that'll.
Hey, what's up, honey? What's going on?
Uh-oh, where you think you going?
You and your boyfriend that don't come home today?
Wasn't him. Weirdo.
And after all those attempts to escape, she had no more chances.
Wait, this girl looks a little pale. Wait, hold on. I think I found the weasel! Finally!
I don't want to die.
Say goodnight! Guess I was wrong. What's that smell?
Yeah. Nothing happened because it was already explained nothing would happen. How do you forget something you just learned? Actually, hold on, guys, I lied. Something did happen. She crapped her pants on the train when she already knew what was gonna happen. How is that even possible? So you got a mind full of bricks, you're stupid as shit, and you got shit in your ass. However, let me simmer down. But yeah, she soiled her pants. Now Miko's next objective is to go to the store and get some new undies. Because, you know, now I just want to say, I make shit content, but I'm not the pooper pee police, alright? But I will input this. I have never crapped my pants in public in my life. However, if I were to, the last thing I'd want to do is go to a public environment, especially an indoor one. Like, that's just nasty. You're just inconveniencing everyone in the store. You're gonna be standing in the register line and everyone behind you has to smell your dank, smelly underwear.
Hey, yo, what the?
And this is what I'm saying. She's stupid. But y'all, Miko is damn near Albert Einstein in comparison to her best friend, Hana. Now y'all, this character needs a proper introduction because she might genuinely be a first ballot Hall of Famer in the Hall of Fame of the worst characters ever created.
You serious?
So let me restart. This is Hana, or I like to call Big Hana, because Hana is an eater. For her, every day's a mukbang. If there's any food in your vicinity, she's eating it.
Okay.
And that concludes her personality. Yes, that is it. When Hana isn't sucking food into her esophagus, she's sucking on something else.
You what?
She's sucking all of the immersion out of the show. Because I was complaining about Miko's fan service, but Hana makes Miko look as modest as a married Muslim woman. because every single time she's part of a scene, she's contentiously plastering her eyeballs with tits and ass. It's almost like every single time she's on screen, she's charging up an ecchi dama, absorbing erotic energy from every character in their vicinity and redirecting it straight to her. I keep on bringing it up, but y'all, you gotta trust me. I am not a hate all ecchi person. But like, bruh, this is not the time, man. Come on. I don't want to see people scared with pulsating bazongas.
Hell no!
But none of that compares to her weird tendency. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, she has a weird obsession with booties and panties. Huh? Like, for instance, there's this bakery that they always go to from Hana's demand to specifically get butt buns. Like, okay, I mean, and I'm bringing it up because they make sure that they bring it up. Like, like they make it a big focal point in the show that they love eating butt buns. I don't really get it. Then the other one is just her weird obsession with panties. Like, y'all, look, Hana asked Miko to go panty shopping. Not normal shopping and getting panties on the way or something, no. Specifically panty shopping, which, I mean, sure, that's not the weirdest thing she's done. And then the next episode, she just straight up asked her to send her naked pics of her in her panties. Like, gang, we know what you're doing, nigga. You're not slick. Shooting the rock from in space 100% smothered. Like, there's no way that was gonna... Wait, hold on. They getting rizzy. But y'all, if this was all she did, she wouldn't even be close to being one of the worst characters ever. Not by a long shot. She is being inducted into the Hall of Fame for one factor. With the factor being one question. With that question being, what does she even do? Yo, this girl is in the series, plastered in every single episode for several minutes, doing straight cardio.
This nigga is trash.
She doesn't do anything. She's Yo, you could hire Doctor Strange to delete her existence from this show, and I promise you, nothing would change.
This guy stinks.
It's actually crazy. But y'all, none of them are worse than the third character, Yulia. And she's the worst because she's short. Now that all three contestants have been properly analyzed, I can get into my problems with this show. With the first one being, the show doesn't really know what it wants to be. Cause I'm watching the show with an open mind, trying to find the target demographic. I'm thinking maybe it's not that category of show. Maybe it's secretly trying to be part of a different genre. I'm watching the show and I'm trying to look out for what type of show this is trying to be, and it's just not matching up. The show is very serious, having these ghosts pop up with the intention to have tension, but every single time they show up, it's extremely obvious. Not startling at all. For some reason, the show tries to do everything but flops in every category. The only category that kinda linked up and seemed like it was actually in was Yuri. I told myself it makes sense now, you know, they got the little thing going on, right? Right? But no! Because they only explore that for like half an episode. Which goes back to what I'm saying. The show doesn't know what it wants to do. Realistically, this show should just be called Spirits Plus Just Doing Shit, the movie. Not the anime, the movie. Because, oh my god. I have watched so many anime, so many not good anime, okay? And not once have I ever told myself, ever thought about watching a show in 1.5 times speed. I'm not playing. These ghost encounter scenes are going one-on-one, toe-to-toe, with one-piece pacing. I'm damn near falling asleep every single encounter. And there's 100 of them! The second problem, the show tries to dispatch spiritual, deep, and intellectual world building. But it barbarically falls apart when you ask the show one question. Why? For example, I'm gonna say a little spoiler, but Miko can summon spirits. But the problem is, on the first appearance, the show tries to make it seem like it's not a big deal or something. Hana had this big ghost following her, and that thing was trying to kill Miko. The spirits come, put belt to ass, saves her, and then she just doesn't even think about it afterwards. Bro, now I don't know about y'all, but if I was about to get brutally mutilated by a nefarious spirit, and by God's grace, I gained the ability to summon a fucking JoJo stand with Dragon Ball Z-esque power scaling, and I survive? The literal picosecond I get out of that altercation, I'm studying the rest of my life figuring out how to recreate what I just did. But you know what she says instead? Man, that was close. Oh well, back to eating booty bread. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Just like the next one, Yulia. I didn't say it before, but she actually has a special ability. She's just like Miko. She can see spirits, but only the small ones. Miko is the only one that can see the big spirits, and they're basically the only people in the entire verse who have this ability. Now, with a power like this, she's probably linked to Miko in some type of way, because they can both see spirits, right? I don't know. Show doesn't tell you anything. They don't even allude to something, which ends up making her basically useless to be in the show. Then next, Hana. Now y'all, Hana has aura. Like, I'm not even playing. She actually has aura. And aura's so strong, no spirits can come anywhere near her. She quite literally has like Gojo's infinity, and her infinity is restored by intaking calories, which makes sense to why she's always eating. So you know, this poses the question, well, maybe Hana was made in a lab. Maybe there's a strong bloodline of exorcists who, through specific breeding selection, have artificially created a force to stop this paranormal activity forever, creating the Honored One. Nope, no explanation. In fact, you're stupid for even thinking that. She's just there to have big titties, eat food, and be stupid and take up all the screen time. Literally doing nothing. What does she even do? What does this show even do? It says it's a horror, has no horror, says it's supernatural. This bitch was natural as fuck. Everything was highly anticipated. And unless if you find panties hysterical, it for dang sure has no comedy. Or so I thought. Because while in the editing process, I came across a shocking discovery. To get visuals for the video, I went back to the anime in dub to get clips, you know?
Okay.
But then something surprising happened. When I was going back and looking through the show, briefly, I started to smile. Hana's telling her stupid booby jokes, and they're actually kind of funny. What's going on? Well, because in the Japanese dub, Miko, the main character, the person who has the most screen time, has a very flat and like almost dead voice. Like she sounds like a zombie almost, which when you think about the context of the show, makes a lot of sense. It fits her vibe, it fits her personality. But with making panty jokes 24/7 and the voice tone of Moist Critical, you could probably see how it's not funny. But the English dub kind of just throws this out the window. She just sounds like a normal grown woman. However, since she actually has emotion in her voice when she's telling these jokes, they actually kind of hit a little bit. But sometimes they have a joke that's just terrible. Like, yo, I vividly remember there being jokes so bad, I felt like I was losing HP to secondhand embarrassment from just being in the area. So going back to these moments, I'm already fully prepared to see some BS. So I get to the corny bits and I start laughing. And I'm like, I must be tired or something, man. Because I do not remember this being funny at all. So I did a little test. I changed the track from the dub to the sub. Go back, rewind, and lo and behold, they never said that shit. They just went on and changed the lines. And I'm here for it. Now, typically when dubbing studios do this, they tend to get a little bit of flack, you know, people saying it's not close to the original and things of that nature. And you know, I could be a chud-ass Redditor and be like, stop. See, this is a problem in the modern anime sphere. These Westerners are ruining the medium. Deviating from the Japanese strip is blatant censorship. All censorship must die. P.S. My Yachiru body pillow, empty jar, and figurine just came in the mail. And, let's just say that jar isn't gonna be empty for much longer. If you get what I mean. That joke was way funnier in my head, but I don't care, I'm leaving it in. And then my third problem with the show, which makes me extremely angry, is how good the show looks. Okay, you gotta give props where props is due. For whatever they had going on, it's clear that the animation team had passion for this project. Cause I can't lie, it does look really good. But it's all ruined by Hana! I hate this useless character! She ruined my life! Can't you see? But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was garbage. Being generous, 2 out of 10. Be yourself. Yo, tell me why I just found out me and Hana got the same birthday. Tell me who she thinks she is. You's not my twin, nigga.